Alrighty, as per usual, we have some Red Dead 2 coming your way. Wouldn't you be so kind to join me? Picking up still here towards the end of Chapter 6 with Arthur Morgan. Um, we just did the Goodbye Old Friend, or Goodbye Dear Friend, I think the mission was called. Basically, we just saw Colm O'Driscoll hang, which is a significant plot point that I think a lot of people have been waiting for throughout the entirety of this game. I know I sure have, and I know most of the people in Arthur's gang sure have as well. So, again, kind of a big shift in the dynamic of the Wild West. Um, some key victories there. So there's a couple things I want to focus on going forward with the story. I didn't spoil anything for myself, but I had a look at the mission list for Chapter 6, the story mission list, just to see how much room I had left before we finish Chapter 6 going into the next, or presuming there's a next chapter. We still have a little bit of room to go, so I would like to focus on maxing out my bonding level with Buell. I think that's the horse that I want to take. One of my viewers tipped me off that if I can take a max level, if I can bond my horse to the max level by the end of Chapter 6, a special cutscene will play out for us. So I definitely want to make sure that happens. By the time like I said, I've got probably 4 or 5 missions here at least before we have to worry about that. So that should be more than enough time for Buell. Makes, in my opinion, the most sense to use Buell sort of as an honor to Hamish. I think that Hamish and I had a good relationship here towards the end of the game, so I think that that makes the most sense. So that's one thing that I want to focus on story-wise. And the other thing that I just really want to focus in here on what's going to happen within the next few missions. Because apparently I'm going to have to make a decision. I've also been tipped off that there's a very important decision that I'm going to have to make that will kind of significantly transform the story and the plot, and I was warned to select carefully. So I'm going to definitely keep an eye out on everything going on. I'm going to really try hard to stay focused here and try and make the right decision. The last thing I want to do is spend almost a year playing this game only to make the wrong decision at the end here. I feel like that would bring our entire playthrough, it would basically make it a waste, kind of. So that would be a very no bueno kind of situation if I must. So I also mentioned towards the end of the last video, we don't have a lot of side stuff going on right now. We don't really have a lot of stranger missions. Basically, all of the side stuff that I can kind of do right now is all kind of in our log here. So if I can just hopefully sometime today. Aha. So, exotic items, I have taken zero interest in that. I wouldn't mind maybe going after some legendary fish or maybe some more legendary animals. Those are 2 side things I would consider, and maybe the dinosaur bones, but honestly, that's a lot of dinosaur bones to collect. So it's an option. And like I said, we got some room still left in Chapter 6, so I can definitely change my mind if I want to switch things up. We can do some more extra content, cover some more of those log missions, as I call them, and we can do that. But right now, this video in particular, I want to do some more main story. I want to kind of get right to it. Originally, I was going to tackle just the Eagle Flies mission. Where is it here? In Cumberland Forest. Dutch has convinced Eagle Flies to take action against the military. Dutch has unfortunately got into Eagle Fly's head. Eagle Flies is the son of Rains Fall, the chief up at the Wapiti Indian Reservation. Again, hopefully I'm not butchering that. So obviously we kind of helped them with their conflict already with the military, disabling Bouches Bridge, which kind of cut the troops at Fort Wallace off from the Indian reservation. That was one of the main kind of crossings, if you will, to get up there. Now it looks like some more poop is going to hit the fan here for sure. But I just realized that we are at camp here, so we're going to want to make sure that we're 100% with all of our cores and whatnot. We've slept recently and eaten well recently, but we're going to want to just touch base again and make sure that we're okay there. And then Sadie Adler has a mission for us once again here in Chapter 6. So, god damn it with this phone. Take into account, though, that it's like 7 p.m. on a Monday night, so there's no way we should be getting telemarketing calls and stuff like that. Anyways, don't want to get off topic here. My cores are actually okay. Good lord. Yeah, so looks like my cores are okay. Looks like we might just be able to jump straight into the Sadie Adler mission here. I'll see if it'll even...
left Arthur.
What?
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He left me a note. Told me I should do the same.
Why?
Well, I think he's worried.
He's a right to be worried. You worried?
Sure, but I still think maybe things will turn out okay. You'll steer Dutch right. I know you will.
I'll try, Miss Grimshaw. Really, I will. Well, try to keep your head straight.
Yes, Arthur.
Okay, so let's see if I can eat some grub anyways. Looks like I don't need to sleep. I've done quite a bit of that in recent vids, so I can take a stew. I might as well take a bit more before I go, get my fair share. Horse-wise, I have Titan 101 and Morgan currently in the stables. So I have Titan, Morgan, and 101 in the stables. All of them, I'd like to get Titan and 101. I think Titan is max bonding level already, so I'd like to get 101 there, but I really want Buell to be the one in that cutscene. Titan and 101, I've used both kind of rigorously in the past. Both kind of separately I used. They each had their times.
Mr. Pearson. It's gonna be all right.
No, it's not. If the Pinkertons don't kill us, we're gonna kill each other.
Just try to stay calm, all right?
Okay, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, and look who it is. I love Sadie. Love her.
Mrs. Adler?
You okay?
Peachy?
You sure?
No, I ain't sure.
You still working?
Is anybody still working? The whole goddamn place full of people bickering, fighting and lying. It makes me real sad.
I know. I need someone to ride with me.
Do what?
Finish off them O'Driscolls. I hear the last of them is holed up at Hanging Dog Ranch.
I don't have it in me no more. I saw Colm swing. I just don't care.
I was a married woman. You know what they did to me. And to my husband? But you're the only one of these fools that I trust. I've got to do this.
Well, duh, obviously I have to help Sadie.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it. But there's something you can help me with. Abigail? Jack? John? Make sure they make it. I mean, this whole thing is pretty much done. But when the time comes...
How do you mean?
When the time comes, you help them.
What do you mean?
I mean, help them escape. When I... You know, you and me, we're more ghosts than people. But them, they could...
I know. Of course I will. Thank you, Arthur. You want to ride with me now, or meet me up at Hanging Dog Ranch when you can?
Let's ride out with Sadie now. We're not really doing a whole lot else right now anyways, so we'll go with Sadie.
Thanks, Arthur. Okay, come on.
Here's another chance to bond with you, and I'll try and feed him and pat him like usual. Get it up. Shouldn't take too long to get to level 4. Typically, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I got like Epona or maybe it was Ab earlier on to like bonding level 8 or 9. Or it was really high. I've definitely got it higher than some of my recent horses. So the O'Driscoll saga continues. Now we're going to wipe out the rest of them, even though Colm is dead. Still got a vengeance. I don't blame Sadie. Being potentially sexually abused by them and her husband killed by them.
Fine morning for killing.
Hey.
You seen anything down there?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of them down there. I'm mostly drunk. But one of them is a fat fella with a beard. Him? He's mine.
Okay.
I bet you she
It's a big
recognizes
ranch.
that guy.
Around, lots of folk there, but spread pretty thin. I'll set it off, and then we'll take it from there.
Take it from there. Okay. So, no real plan then.
Oh, I got a plan. Now, come on.
Is that a woman? Who the hell is that lady? That's the Hellcat saw Colm swing.
Christ!
Damn, she just went in there and lit everything on fire. Holy moly. So I think she said she pointed out one particular person and said he's mine. I think that she recognizes him and obviously wants to take care of him herself. I don't blame her. This is actually kind of like a fun mission. Just kind of kicking the crap out of mopping up the remaining O'Driscolls, if you will. So I don't even know where we are. Damn, we're way out West Elizabeth. We camped out overnight with Sadie, so we're actually just north of Strawberry right now. Good Lord. Lord, Tundra, Jesus.
Did you try and distract him?
I could try. God damn. Okay, he's dead.
Just shoot her! I don't care what she is, shoot her!
You killed my husband. You burned our farm. You stole my life.
On behalf of the O'Driscolls, suck my cock!
Sadie Adler. Sadie Adler. We was good people. Jake Adler. Sadie Adler.
We'll see you lay down!
Just die, won't you? Come on!
Okay, you just and remember, if he's fat and he's got a beard, he's mine.
I'll try.
You make a play for the barn, you're a dead man! Tell the devil it was the O'Driscolls that sent you! You're in our net! You come near this boat!
Who's in here? Come on. The lady outside don't want none of you. Come on.
Mark your target!
Barn's clear.
Okay, going into the farmhouse.
Sadie.
I told you you'd see me again.
You okay?
Yeah. He was a good man, my Jakey. We was always sweet on one another.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I miss him every day, every moment. They turned me into a monster, Arthur. But my memories of him, they still pure.
I ain't even got that.
Aside from my Jake, you're the best man I've known.
I know the company you keep. The competition ain't too fierce. We should get away from her.
I think I need to be alone for a bit.
I understand. You, might want to get yourself cleaned up.
Thank you, Arthur.
Damn, that was kind of messed up, kind of dark. We got a trophy here for lending a hand. Probably has something to do with optionally helping, maybe not only specifically Sadie, but a certain number of people. I'm not quite sure. That's something we can always look into later. You know, you're coming to the conclusion when the trophies start flying. I did want to try and loot this house a little bit. That barn over there, whatever it is on fire, so that will definitely attract a little bit of attention to this area. At the beginning of the mission, I had to choose whether or not to ride with Sadie or meet her at this cabin later. I chose to ride out with Sadie. I was thinking that it would allow me to actually take Buell out with her, but it actually just fast warped us to where we were going, so I never really got any bonding with Buell. Oh, shoot. Oh, I knew it was going to take too long. The crime was reported. The cops are going to be here soon. I might have another second to have a look through some things here. We got some more cartridges. That can always be good. As soon as those cops come, I have to book it out of here. I can't be caught. I need to get my... Don't really see anything of value. Wanted, unknown suspect. Here come the bounty hunters. They're just outside right now. I'm gonna have to try and sneak out this back door here. I can probably loot some of the guys inside. I have a quick second, unless they're gonna come inside here. We can see one bounty hunter on the mini-map here. I might be able to get away with this a little bit longer. These are the guys that Sadie mowed down. Okay, I gotta get out of here ASAP before they come inside. They still haven't found anything. I still haven't found much valuable. I got more valuables from looting the guys. So anyways, yeah, I wasn't able to bond with Buell as much as I would have maybe liked to. Oh, shoot.
Nothing for us to do but our jobs. Don't know who we're looking for, so keep your eyes peeled. Get on in there and find them. Search every inch of that place. Hellfire. Quit wasting my time and do your damn jobs.
This is why you don't stick around places that you cause crime at for too long, because this happens. He came inside. I thought I was done for sure, but I still have a chance here if I play this right.
All right now, we'll get this cleaned up. You wait here.
They didn't find anything, so they're gonna close the investigation. I might actually luck out here. Looks like I have lucked out. I'll give them another second to try and go away. Because we're so far west, it actually doesn't matter that we didn't get to ride Buell and bond at all with him, because we'll have lots of chance to do that when we have to ride from here to Cumberland Forest, and then from Cumberland Forest back out east, which eventually we'll have to get back to our camp. So back on the other side of the map. That was an interesting mission. Interesting that the Colm O'Driscolls were way out this way, but I think that's when we were at Horseshoe Overlook, which was I think the first camp that we set up. That area, the O'Driscoll's haunt. That was kind of their land, their territory. So it makes sense that they were hiding out west. They kind of cover West Elizabeth and kind of the central portion here of New Hanover, from what I found anyways. And then, of course, you've got the Lemoyne Raiders down south and whatnot. But looks like we've mopped up any remaining O'Driscolls that may have been trying to formulate some new plans here. So that should keep them out of the picture once again. We'll take Arthur's horse and we'll ride out to Eagle Flies and see how we can continue that plot.
Get the damn mask off, now! I'll kill you! I'm back! Take them down! Do it! Long time, boy.
Woo!
Yep.
There's going to be some more law on the way here, so I got to get out of here because now I have been identified as...
You gonna pay the price for law breaking?
I shouldn't have tried to loot the place. I didn't even find anything valuable. Typically I don't. Typically I just get the hell out of there. Especially when you know that the crime has been reported. The big barn or whatever was on fire, so it's not like it was a hard crime to spot. Sadie kind of went in there as loud as possible with guns ablazing, so I really shouldn't have stuck around there. That was my fault. And then of course the crime cleared. They had stopped searching for me, but they were still stationed outside the house. So they see me walk outside the house in a mask on with my gun equipped. I didn't even see them. I just heard a guy call out from behind me, "Hey, take your mask off." And then next thing you know, I was being shot at. So, oh my god. Good lord. Should help me bond at least. It's when you think my situation with law enforcement can't get any worse. I just slaughter about 16 agency officials. Now I have another $245 bounty against me. Oh man, suddenly doing this Sadie mission isn't really paying off. Again, it's all my fault for sticking around, but we need to find a place where we can just pay off this bounty right now. Pay off the bounty in New Hanover so that the only bounty I have is the wanted dead or alive. Now that makes the most sense to do right now, so let's try and head to Valentine to maybe do that. That's a lot of money to spend on bounty, but, you know, I got myself in this predicament, and now I have to try and get myself out of this predicament. And I want traveling later in this game to be as quick and easy as possible. I can get rid of some stress by paying off bounties. I mean, I'm not really in New Hanover and West Elizabeth a lot right now. I don't really spend a lot of time in these places, but you know, if these are places that I will be visiting at all in the latter stages of this game, you know, like Blackwater, for example, is still one place that we haven't visited, we haven't been to at all. So, I feel like we'll be back here, and it's just a lot easier to not have to worry about like petty bounty hunters for cheap, like my $70 bounty in New Hanover, right? The bounty against me in the east, in the Annisburg area, you know, that's wanted dead or alive. I really have no control over that, but I got myself in this predicament. I have a little bit of money, I think. I have $164, lovely. So not even enough to pay my bounty off. I wonder if there's anything I can sell. I do have a gold nugget and whatnot. I really need to find a fence. That would allow me enough money to get rid of this bounty. I can't believe that I was able to rack up a $245 bounty. I haven't racked up a bounty like that in the longest of times, because I'm usually not an idiot that sticks around like that in a crime. And the really sad part about it is I almost got away with it. I was almost smart enough to get away with it. It was like a game of hide and go seek, but the fat, stupid bounty hunters found me first. So I could have sworn there was a fence around Valentine, unless the fence is in the strawberry area. Okay, I'm not sure where the fence is. So there's a few different fences. There's one in Rhodes, that's a bit far. One in Van Horn, one in Saint Denis, and one just up here. How close is that to me? It's a little bit far. I'd rather sell my silver and gold and all that stuff at the fence than go to the general store in Valentine. In a small town like that, I can't see them, you know, reimbursing me with a lot of money for handing over that kind of valuables, those kind of valuables. So I'm gonna ride out to the fence first. Then we'll ride back up to Valentine. Hopefully we'll have enough money to pay off our bounties. This is a step that I shouldn't have even had to take, but we've actually had this $70 bounty for a little while, so let's just clear all that up before it causes any more problems. I wish I would pay $1,000 to get rid of this wanted dead or alive in eastern New Hanover and southeastern Lemoyne. It's just a real pain in the butt to constantly be chased down like that, especially in an area where your camp is. Right now I'm frequenting that area the most on the map, so that's been a bit tough, but we'll take care of the bounties that we can, of course. Look at me go too quickly. I haven't been to a fence in a while. Can't believe that this is the closest one. I wanted a chance to bond with Buell. I've max bonded horses in the past, like I said, 3 horses that I have stabled right now, Morgan, 101, and Titan. I think Titan is full bond. 101 has a bit of bonding. I was able to get a bit of bonding done with 101, but I'm taking Buell to the end, baby, for Hamish. I wanted a chance to ride him around, get that bonding up. This is a great chance to do that. You know what they say? Don't they say there's no time like the present? Isn't that what they say? I've been told that's what they say. But the real question is, who's they? Cue the Goosebumps music. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like maybe a Twin Peaks reference would have been more relevant there, just in terms of general weirdness and horror. Never seen it though. It's not really horror though, is it? So this is Valentine. This is where I'd like to go to pay off my bounties. Don't think I really need too much from the general store. One thing about that last mission that we did was that I picked up the Litchfield Repeater. It's actually a weapon that I still haven't found yet in this game, but we have it now. I actually thought it was pretty darn good. I actually might use it to replace my Lancaster Repeater for the time being. Let's give it a go instead of the Lancaster for a while. And then I love my semi-auto shotgun.
Out of the damn way! Yeah.
Howdy, stranger.
Old blind man Cassidy is not old crazy man Cassidy. Help a blind man.
Here's our blind friend again. We've certainly come across him
For your
before.
future. Dollar for your fate.
I'm gonna pass. Time is actually certainly of the essence right now to Arthur.
Come here.
Lord have mercy! Oh, hey, come back! Oh no!
Well, sucks to be him. Again, time is of the essence. I don't got time to help people all the time. If I helped every person I came across, it would take a minimum of 300 hours to complete this game. God damn it, I don't do snakes. I don't do the whole long and slithery thing. It's not really my jam. I'm gonna politely pass. So once we go see this fence and try and make some dough, it'll probably be good to have some dough so that before the end I can make sure that I'm re-upped with everything, ammo. Maybe when I stop in Valentine, I should take a step to the make a stop at the gunsmith I think there's a gunsmith in Valentine and at the general store. Just kind of re-up myself and everything going forward. Even food and stuff like that. It's always good to be well equipped. And if I'm going to make a buck here at the fence, spend it wisely. Here's Emerald Ranch, and oh boy, what a strange place. I don't know if any of my community members have a little more information about Emerald Ranch, or maybe if there's anything that can really be accomplished here, or if it's supposed to just be kind of a backstory to it that you can figure out through conversation. But I've come to this place before, and it seems like a really, really strange place. It seems like there's some weird stuff going on here, and it's been alluded to multiple times as well, so. But it's got the closest fence, so it's got to do. I don't know if I've ever been to this fence before.
I still got bruises, you know. Lucky I went easy on you.
Is that candle floating? I'm just amazed that this man's has a floating candle.
His coach getting robbed. I was very sympathetic.
You are a good cousin by marriage, Seamus.
Oh, I try. Now, anyway, I trust this ain't just a social call.
We've met Seamus before. One of our missions led us to Emerald Ranch.
Safe and quiet now.
I'm not done with you, Seamus. You stay right there. Don't move a muscle. We came here for a story mission, and Seamus was involved. But again, that was a while ago, so we have made an acquaintance with him.
Well, that was awful fast.
Oh, you're a smartass now, are you? Oh, I get it.
You look like death warmed up.
So do you. You look like a fucking pedophile creep. Okay, anyways, how much are you gonna give me for that nice necklace? So a platinum chain necklace, you're gonna give me $10 for. I was expecting more like $800. $800. So the gold nugget is gonna be worth $25, so it's a $25 piece of gold. Lucky me. The rock statue. I think that was actually something that we got out of the extra content videos. If you haven't seen those yet, definitely check them out. You're going to want to. I may be doing some more, as I have alluded to. Probably not, though, let's be honest. Anyways, let's just sell all this stuff. Obviously, we can't sell Mary's ring. She returned the ring to us that Arthur gave her. So rock statue I'm gonna sell. There's 50. Silver emblem ring. I don't need any of these valuables, and I haven't really sold these valuables in a while. A lot of times I would donate them to camp, but that's not really an option at my current camp, so okay, that actually should be enough to pay off both bounties, I think. By not a lot, but enough.
Let's see. All right. And not a word to Wegner, nor no one else.
Easy, boy, you're okay.
There's bonding level 3. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, come on, boy. Relax.
I feel like I'm playing Nintendo horses on the Nintendo DS. Nintendo horse? Wasn't that like a thing? No, on my way off, there was definitely horse games, just like that whole Nintendogs thing. Red Dead is just really a mixed bag of all these games in one. Look at those beautiful eyes on Violet. Those big blue eyes. Hamish really left behind a beautiful horse. Gotta feel kind of bad for the horse losing his master like that. Okay, so maybe not quite as much money as I had initially anticipated, but like I said, we should still be able to pay off our bounties, which was the most important thing for me after racking up a $245 bounty in West Elizabeth. Irresponsibly too, but honestly, I don't know how else you get away from those bounty hunters.
Hey, fella. She went and got herself lost. Poor thing's been gone for hours. Any chance you could help me find her, please?
I do have a soft spot for dogs.
Yeah, sure, I'll keep a lookout.
Thanks a ton, mister. I know it's a lot to ask, in your condition and all. Okay. She's a big, yellow dog. I'll be under that big tree near the edge of town if you find her. Thanks for this.
Search the ranch for the missing dog. Oh, lucky me. How big is my search area here? Okay. So somewhere around Emerald Ranch. Should be pretty obvious once I come across him. Or her. Can't say no to a lost dog.
Yep.
Big yellow dog.
Howdy, partner.
Evening, partner.
I'm not sure about this one.
Evening, mister.
Oh. There's the dog.
Oh, there you are. Follow me, girl. Come on. Oh, you're a friendly dog, huh? Come here.
That's a good boy. Aw. That was kind of a cool change of pace, just to do something quick on the side. Coming from a guy that 10 minutes earlier wouldn't help anybody on the road to Emerald Ranch, and now I'm like, oh, can't do it. Got a soft spot for dogs. Don't mind me. Can't say no. Did you hear that poor thing yelp and whine? Alright, hush. Hush. I think the owner said he's going to be under that big tree that's just kind of in the distance there on the left-hand side. Lordy.
What is the matter with you?
What is the matter with you? Get off the road. This is a road where horses go. And in about 20 years, cars.
Come here. Come. Get. Come on, you dumb dog. Hear me? You don't get here right now, I swear I'll chop on your paws. Hey, where are you going? Get back here, damn it! You get back here! Don't make me chase you!
Hope that mud bites him.
You want dinner
Yeah,
tonight?
me too.
Get back here right now!
I think that dog was running away because it was being abused, and unfortunately I just helped bring it back to its owner, but if anything, it's just more confirmation of how wacky this whole Emerald Ranch place is. We're done here now, though.
Yeah.
Inside, I'm a little bit conflicted about giving up, what, $315 to pay off local bounties? Like, that's tough. At this point in the game, that's tough. I could just pay off the one in New Hanover and forget the $245 one from West Elizabeth. I don't really go there that often anyways, and if I was headed that way, I could always clear it up before I get there, obviously. So I don't know. Right now we're on our way back to Valentine, where we're going to stop in, hopefully at a couple places, assuming that they're open. Might have to wait until morning for that, but then we'll head out and do the Eagle Flies mission as well. When you upgrade your horse, you unlock different abilities. I think there's a stopping ability, like skid turns or something like that. That's what I just unlocked with Buell. I haven't really utilized a lot of the advanced horse techniques up to this point. Not as much as I probably could have or should have, but I'm happy with how I ride. At least my horses are not being put to slaughter like Epona and Ab, and there's another one too, Doll. That was the other one, Doll. I think I'm on like horses 4 through 6 right now. What is this place? Okay, I was gonna say, damn, this looks a lot different at nighttime. I didn't really recognize Valentine. I think it was the train station that was kind of tripping me up. Just tried to walk through a window. That's not how we get in.
I see your friend. I'll help you out presently. You must have done some real trouble to acquire this kind of price on your head.
We don't really want to talk about that right now, friend. Thanks. Actually, you know what? I was just thinking if I pay off these debts, I won't have enough money to go to the gunsmith to customize that new Litchfield repeater or to do some of that stuff. So that stuff is going to have to go on the back burner for now as well. I mean, how much time do we really have left with Arthur anyways? Do we really need to do that? We do have quite a few tonics. We have already thoroughly customized most of our weapons, and I've really tried to go through and maintain them and everything to the best of my ability. So let's just pay off our bounties and get the hell out of here and go see Eagle Flies. I'm over it.
You hadn't paid this, and it'd been the rope for you, I reckon. Farewell.
Well, that should help me out mildly, other than the fact that I have $17 to my name right now. That's definitely gonna, you know, hurt me a little bit. I'm sure you will agree. Kind of hard to live on $17, even in this olden day and age. That wouldn't really get you that far. It would get you pretty far, but it wouldn't get you, like, settled anywhere, obviously. And actually, Eagle Flies, this mission is a lot closer to Valentine than I thought. I'm very familiar with this area because we obviously spent a lot of time in this area at the beginning of the game. But I'm much more familiar with Valentine during the day than at nighttime. This Eagle Flies mission is going to be a pivotal one, I believe, too. I guess they're all going to be pivotal. I guess it's hard to say that there will be non-pivotal missions. I think they're all going to be pretty important going forward, but with our recent investments in the reservation, emotional investments, really, this one could be a tough one.
Yep.
Psycho Dutch got into their ears in the worst way. Okay, so mission blips covering a large area have to be searched to find your companion's location. So what does that mean? That means that Eagle Flies is somewhere in this area. It's not really a super big area to try and explore or anything like that, but it's big enough. It's 3:07 a.m. What a time to come find Eagle Flies. Man's probably trying to sleep. Get that beauty sleep, you feel me?
Yeah.
Eagle!
Slow up now.
So it re-equipped me with the Carcano rifle, which is a recent sniper rifle that I acquired. Sorry, and obviously I still have the Litchfield. I'm fine going into the next mission with that. Basically, I'm taking the Carcano instead of the semi-auto that I had equipped. And then, ooh, no, we are not taking the Cattleman and the semi-pistol. Thank God I looked. No, thank you. So we have the two Schofield revolvers, and then we have Callaway's revolver and the double action revolver. You have the volcanic pistol and the sawed-off shotgun, and then Midnight's pistol and the semi-auto pistols. So what are we thinking? I had the Schofield last time. For the last little while, I've had the Schofield, so let's stick with that. and then we'll switch to Callaway's revolver and the double action revolver soon. I've used the pistols. I do actually prefer the pistol over the revolvers, but I always like to switch it up, and my Schofields are nicely customized, so stick with those. Not getting too fancy here.
So good of you to join us.
What's going on?
Rebellion. The smell of cordite and integrity. It is a beautiful thing.
What are y'all doing?
An eye for an eye. We didn't start this, Arthur. They did.
We? This ain't our fight.
It surely is.
Whatever it is you're planning, it ain't a good idea. They want you to fight.
Nobody will be killed.
We're just gonna trap a few of them in the valley, disarm them, tar and feather them, and remind them to leave these boys alone.
You have energy for pranks?
Come on, Arthur. Just tweaking Uncle Sam's nose a little. I need you to help me. Besides, it's perfect. People will see these boys. They won't notice us, and they'll think we're gone. Everyone will blame everything on the Indian problem, and we'll disappear up the river. But first, we need to trap them in this pass. Help me dynamite up these trees.
So, you're using them?
No, sir. No. Never. But it is mutually beneficial to draw attention to one problem and a veil over another.
These are good people, but their situation is real complex. We ain't helping them.
Sure we are. Come on, let's get this done.
We don't have a lot of time. The patrol should be coming in a few minutes.
Okay. Hurry, Arthur. I'll plant the dynamite, you run the wire.
We'll keep lookout from up here.
I sent for some of that dynamite you and Bill commandeered in Van Horn. Good work with that, by the way.
Bill played drunk.
The perfect man for the job.
So, you finally got to see Colm hang.
Yeah. After all those years. Hard to believe. Oh, but it was worth the wait. See? We're tying up the loose ends, Arthur. One by one.
I think that should do it. Come on now, quick. Get back up here.
Okay, let's go, Arthur.
Dutch doesn't give a crap about the situation with the Indian reservation and is 100% using the Indians to his advantage as a distraction, to distract the army, to distract away from the gang trying to escape, essentially. But I just want to be here to oversee whatever nonsense he's causing. Because as Arthur, I do care for this Indian reservation. Like I said, we've kind of become emotionally invested with them, so I'd hate to see something really bad happen to them.
Gentlemen, come on! You really need to hurry now!
Hurry! I think I see some movement in the distance.
Over here, Arthur!
My spotter will let us know when they're near. They're coming now. Ah, damn. Patrol's a lot larger than we thought it was gonna be.
Don't worry. That's a good thing.
Okay, that's the signal. Here they come. Stay low and quiet.
You sure you don't want me to man that plunger, Arthur? No, I got it. Oh, remove the weight of the world from your shoulders for a minute. Like I said, we're just going to give them a bit of a scare.
There they are. Looks like more than we thought.
It's fine. We're only here to talk and administer a little good old-fashioned humiliation. You're owed that, son, at the very least.
Wait for my lead, men.
Everyone just stay calm. We've got the upper hand here. Okay, they've passed the first charge. If we blow it now...
Put your hands up! You're surrounded! Nobody need get hurt! Your humiliation of us has gone on quite enough.
This ain't a good idea!
Put down your guns!
You are making a mistake, boy!
No! You're making a mistake. Put your hands up, soldier. Take a little humiliation and leave these fine folks alone.
Who are you?
A concerned citizen.
Is that so?
What now?
We should move. No, not quite yet. Soldier, you and your friends gonna tuck tail and run off? Run!
Excuse me?
I'm getting bored of this. Your friends fired first, soldier!
My father won't be happy about this!
They fired first!
You bastards! You pushed us to this! There's another patrol in the rear!
Looks like we gotta fight then, boys!
Take them down!
I'll kill you all!
They're coming up! Watch your heads! Time for revenge!
Y'all heard our favorite for nothing!
This is bad.
I warned you!
There's a lot of them. You started this!
You fools, you damn fools! It's the army! It is one regiment of pastry chefs and bullies. Watch your goddamn mouth. All of you, take what you can, and then we move out. Move now. We have to move now.
Search these men quickly, then we move.
This is crazy. Why aren't we getting out of here? They might have information on them that'll help our friends with their cause.
We need anything my father can use to strengthen our case.
I ain't sure much is gonna strengthen your case after this. Find anything? Yes. Some poor fool from New Jersey. These boys ain't the problem. They're only kids.
Keep looking. Shit! Everyone, keep your heads down! We're gonna get out of this!
No! You think you can take on the U.S. Army?
Are you alright? They'll pay for that! Got no way out of here!
Up the hill! The cannon! Take out the spotter, Arthur!
Bleed out, coward! You're finishing them! You're gonna die!
Where's Peta?
Damn. They're sending riders from the fort. We need to leave.
But where's Peta? Was he killed? He's alive.
Well, that went just about according to plan.
I'm trying. I'm trying, Arthur, with everything I have, and I will keep trying, and you'll keep doubting me, and we'll keep failing.
It ain't like that, Dutch. Look at me. Look at me! I'm worried about folk.
I know. We should go.
Where's Eagle Flies?
Run, son! Run! Come on! This area's gonna be crawling with soldiers in a few minutes. We gotta leave. Now!
What about Eagle Flies?
We gotta go, Arthur. Come on! We need to ride hard. Stay with me.
And just like that, Dutch leaves Eagle Flies hanging. So, I mean, clearly the term leave no man behind means nothing for Dutch. Dutch is just like every other cold-hearted white man of this time in betraying the natives of the land. And here he is once again. Eagle Flies has done nothing but be on our side, and now, oh, where's Eagle Flies? Oh, we don't know. Oh, well, we're just going to get out of here. This place is going to be crawling with soldiers and cannon fire any time now, but, you know. And, of course, you know, our main goal here should be, like, trying to resolve our current situation as a gang. And here we are playing games and pranks in the middle of Cumberland Forest against the army out of Fort Wallace, the last people that you want to really have a run-in with or have problems with. And, like, just, oh, man. Every time, you know, I see Dutch is involved in a mission, my heart just sinks. When we were greeted by Dutch, when we met up with them on the cliff to start this Eagle Flies mission, when I saw that Dutch was going to be a part of this mission, a part of me inside just went, oh, because based on this last chapter, so Dutch and Micah have essentially lost their damn minds. Here's another completely unnecessary mission for Dutch to involve the natives in, and you know, I feel like we're involved in it because we're kind of trying to look out for the natives a little bit. I don't think we're really doing it for Dutch anymore. I mean, I am boasting high honor, so anyways, let's see what the hell comes from this, but I don't like this one bit.
Left here! Into the trees! Okay, let's dismount here. We won't get the horses down this path. All right, let's carry on by foot. Try and sell them a little snake oil. You think? It's all I got. Get out of here! Yeah! Let's see if we can lose them down here. Go to hell! I guess not. Get behind something, Arthur. Now that ain't nice. Do something, Arthur. See if there's a way out through here. More on the left. This is where you die. This is only the Let's keep going. Follow the path. It's gotta spit us out somewhere. Behind us! Hold them all! This is a loser! Battle, Arthur! Oh, we gotta do something!
We're gonna win this gun. Good.
There's too many, Arthur! Fall back! I don't know how much longer we can hold out.
Enjoy your last moment alive.
I'll hold them here! Move! We're being overrun! Get out of here! It's a dead end! This is it! This... Well, Arthur...
Put your hands up! I said put your damn hands up!
Okay. Okay. Follow my lead. I got a plan. This is a good one. Hello, officers.
You keep them hands up and come here. Put your hands up!
Hello, Captain.
Keep your hands up and come here. Come here.
We can't do that. Your man...
Okay, I guess not surrendering is not optional. I guess I should probably surrender when I have about 30 guns pointed in my general direction. Okay, good to know. Let's try that again. Oh man, that did not go as planned. This is like, oh man, I hate that Arthur is just being dragged into all of these predicaments as part of Dutch. And his awful scheming.
Put your hands up!
Hello, Captain.
Keep your hands up and come here. Come here.
We can't do that. Your man... Those men they killed? They were good men. You're fighting nature, Captain.
Get over here!
Ask my friend here. My whole life, I tried to fight change. It's a waste. I see that now. It's waste. You can't fight nature, Captain. You can't fight change. You can't fight gravity. Big boy! I got you! You're okay. You're okay. What a mess. I know, but a mess is what we need.
Oh, we just escaped from chaos. Eagle flies must have been taken. Taken or killed? Well, we can't go find out. No, not now. Charles, we'll send him. Where is he? He's probably back at camp. Let's split up. I'll go tell him. You rest up, then go meet him up at the reservation. We are gonna make it, brother. I can feel it. Faith, Arthur. Have faith.
There you go, favorite sons. In order to draw attention away from the gang and onto the natives, Dutch convinces Eagle Flies to ambush an army patrol. So Dutch was trying to bring all the attention to the natives, and here we were trying to help all of the natives in some of our last few parts. So, man, there's one thing that we've been good at in this game. It's getting caught in between. I'm always trying to please everybody, and it's just not something that's ever possible. So, Eagle Flies was obviously taken. That's not a good situation. I can't imagine Rains Fall is going to be too thrilled when he finds that out. So we're going to rendezvous with Charles up at the Wapiti Indian Reservation and likely try and plot something to get Eagle Flies out. Because for Dutch, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, we want to help you guys. Yeah, we want to do what we can. And yeah, you guys should go fight back against the army. And yeah, that's the right thing to do. And yeah, get right in there, battle them. Yeah. But for him, he's just trying to create a diversion for the gang at this point. I mean, that's been his plan ever since this new camp here. And this is all part of the grand finale. All of this that we're doing now, this is all kind of leading up to the grand finale here. So another very interesting mission there, but I'm pretty much disliking doing missions with Dutch now just as much as I dislike doing missions with Micah, or just as much as I did dislike doing missions with Micah earlier in the game. I don't like pulling the natives into this situation here. I think that's a poor thing, a poor choice for Dutch to make. The difference is we have grown Arthur as a character. We've grown his honor in this game. I feel like Arthur has grown as a person the more that we've played this game, and I feel like Dutch has gone the complete opposite direction. We've seen nothing but a deterioration from Dutch, who clearly does not have his head on straight here, but I don't know. The gang is all we got right now, so we got to stick with it. So we were able to do a couple big missions there. Another thing, and you might have missed it at the beginning, but we were informed at camp that the Reverend has now left, as well as people continue to drop like flies from the Vanderlind gang. We were told, it's speculated that he was just scared, potentially of what was to come, and you can't blame the man. The Reverend had a lot of issues already, mostly, mental disabilities and whatnot, and he was a very sick man, and it was a good thing for him to get away while he still had the chance alive, too. It's nice to see a character leave without leaving the world entirely. So that Charles mission, again, is the only mission that we have. We'll do that as part of our next part. And then again, still not a whole lot of side stuff going on for us. So if I do decide that I want to extend things a little bit and do some extra content, then I'll have to do some side stuff that way. But other than that, I think we're really, really getting to the nitty-gritty. we'll see how much of the game we were able to tackle here. We were at 66.7 after Goodbye, Dear Friend, and after Favorite Sons we're 67.7. So we completed exactly 1% of the game with those 2 main story missions. I like it. Just wanted to, so we went through our journal a little while ago and just trying to get a little bit of a refresher on all things story. So this might help update us a little bit on the situation between the Indians and the army. No, that's Acrisius and Proteus, so we definitely read through all that. I think we read about Captain Monroe as well. A good man in a difficult situation. This dump must seem a long way from West Point, and Washington cares about the Indians, but he ain't too friendly with the local regiment. Helped him distribute some vaccines others were not so keen to offer about. This is about the bridge. Blew up a bridge with Marston, either to stop the army killing us quite so easily when we attempt to rob this last train, or because we want to encourage Uncle Sam to send another train full of payroll for us to rob. Whole thing seems even more ludicrous and moth-eaten when I write it down. Dutch is now acting crazy and I'm acting crazy back. I'm facing death and acting foolish. I hope Marston uses his brain. The time for heroics and loyalty to people is over. The time is for acting right and saving the innocent, not the guilty. Well put by Arthur. Very, very, very well put. Things went from bad to worse with the army. I was not wrong. The local regiment's colonel despised Captain Monroe and planned to destroy him. Charles and I rescued Monroe and probably ruined his life in the process. I hope he can find peace someplace. Right. After putting him on the train, I bumped into that nun, Sister Calderon, bound for Mexico. She gave me a few home truths about existing in this world and perhaps the next. Maybe I have got something to hope for. Anyway, it all sounded very pretty and took away all the dread I've been feeling. Oh, that's cool. Hamish died. We was hunting boar and the boar won, at least against him. I liked him, but more than that, I admired him. He lacked self-pity and he lacked confusion about his place in the world. He was the man we would all want to be if we weren't so distracted being idiots. He gave me Buell, his moody, magnificent horse, to look after. Found a raving lunatic, completely raving, took him back to a village nearby, Butcher's Creek. Something ain't right there. Some kind of village elder, Obadiah, maybe appeared. He spoke mostly nonsense, weird place, something not right at all. That was a separate series of stranger missions we did a couple videos back. Pretty interesting side story. Went back to that place, Butcher's Creek. The locals thought they were being attacked by demons, but I think they were just sick dogs. Seems like Obadiah the Elder is also possessed by this snake oil shaman fellow that turned up. He wants me to destroy some cursed charms in the woods around there. We shall see quite what the shaman's game is, but there's some nonsense afoot. Destroyed those charms, went back to the village. Now the shaman announces things are worse because I destroyed the charms. Remarkably convenient. I was about to give him a beating when he ran off. The elder said the shaman was interested in a mine shaft. Perhaps that's worth a look. Did we ever go to the mine shaft? I think we did. Yeah, here we go. Went to the mine looking to figure what hold that weird shaman has over that village. I don't know why exactly, just seemed important, I guess. The whole place was filthy and something nasty was leaking into the water and the soil. I'm no expert, but that stuff might well explain why all the folks in Butcher Creek are so odd. Anyway, I made my way back to the village, armed with this knowledge and a little of the evil-looking water. Lo and behold, I find the shaman trying to force that duped elder into signing away his and his village's property rights, or rights to get a mining company to leave. It was not quite clear which. This sham shaman starts attacking me, so I force him to drink some of the run-up. He admits all, promptly loses his mind, and I'm waiting around to be treated like the hero I am. Or not. The villagers blame the curse. At this point, I left them to their dreams of specters. And that was the end of that side mission. Got a letter from Mary. What did I expect? What did I want? Weren't never meant to be and never really was, and yet somehow in the end I discovered I had a heart because it was broken. Oh man, that's awful. Makes sense though. We in this game alone, well, not in this game alone, but in general, we had a Mary Linton was probably Arthur's biggest romantic pursuit over the course of this game. Oh, you fool, you sad, deluded fool, torn in two by different ideas of who you were, and it turns out you weren't neither of them. It's like Arthur's obviously disappointed in himself for the outcome with Mary Linton, who at the end of the last video sent us a pretty heart-wrenching letter and then sent the ring back that Arthur gave her. So not maybe the greatest of outcomes there. I would have liked to see Arthur maybe get a romantic partner before he died, or at least have some people there at the end who really cared about him. Meanwhile, everybody Arthur knows is pretty much evading him at this point, one way or another, either through death or through just having to escape somewhere. So that's pretty much that. We might actually have to rest for the journal to be updated. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but man, I'm still coming across new stuff all the time. I keep forgetting, like, fast travel. So this is a camp that I set up through my inventory. I didn't actually set it up, it did it automatically, but you can set up your own camp out in the wild through your item inventory here at the bottom here. Camp gives you a place to rest in the wilderness. Apparently you can fast travel from place to place there. I always thought that you had to use trains or stagecoaches to do that, but apparently not. And the other thing was, in that last mission there, when we were trying to escape the army with Dutch on foot, we got to a point where we had to escape the rest of the way on foot. And there's been a few missions where that same thing has happened. I've had to get off my horse and kind of get away on foot into a forest or something like that. But a lot of times I'll be running away and the horse will follow me into the woods, but I keep forgetting that there's an option to actually get your horse to flee. There's so many possibilities and options and things that you can do in this game in terms of just plain free will that you forget half. Well, I forget half the stuff that I'm capable of doing, and it's crazy. That's a couple good things to note, though. So especially during a mission when you don't really want your horse to be there, your horse will give you away, right? Having another big animal run around with you. So especially when we were trying to be silent, like in that last mission there. So anyways, we don't need to tear camp down. I will save again, though. Apparently I cannot manually save. Actually, let's tear down the camp and then save. So that when we start next time, we can just go. Hopefully, this video, we didn't drain our cores too much. Oh, it looks like we are pretty drained here. More than I thought we were going to be. Yikes. So we'll have to probably eat some of our easy consumables. I don't see us really getting back to camp anytime soon. Our horse is pretty good. Alright, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll try and tackle that Charles mission, and if something else pops up next time, then we'll do that, but it looks like all we have right now is the Charles mission, and maybe you'll see some extra content stuff go up, but that is a big, fat maybe. And based on the little research I did earlier, it does look like we are coming to the conclusion of Red Dead by looking up the missions in Chapter 6 of the game. It also kind of gave me a good idea of how many more chapters kind of are coming up. I didn't want to spoil too much for myself, but it does look like we are kind of rapidly approaching the end here. So, I mean, this has been a fun one. I have had a lot of fun with this game. And I mean, this is a game that I could probably play for another 2 years with all the stuff that you can do, but we do have to bring it to an end at some point, which is why I've been so hesitant to do the more extra content, because it's just going to prolong the story, and chapter 6 is not the end. There are multiple more chapters to go, so we need to keep that in mind a little bit, but we'll see. Whatever. I will see you on the other side, and I wish you all the best in your magical adventure.